Dear children, in today's class, we'll begin with the second lesson of your literature book Beehive. And the second lesson is the sound of music. This lesson is divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So before we begin the lesson, let's see what is the theme of this lesson. This lesson is based on the theme that earnest efforts and able guidance pave one's way to success. I hope you understand this meaning, that the earnest efforts, sincere efforts can clear your way to success. And if it is accompanied by the able guidance, it will be best for you to gain success with all your efforts, with all your determination and with all the courage. The endeavours of the eminent Scottish percussion musician Evelyn Glennie were made possible by her unfaltering determination. This is all about the life and the determination, hard work and the self-belief, strong self-belief of internationally renowned percussion musician Evelyn Glennie. Let's see how she overcame all the physical disabilities and followed her passion of music. If you open your textbook, in the beginning of the textbook, at the very first page, you'll find these lines written. So we'll discuss these lines also. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That's why she expresses music so beautifully. After reading these lines, I'm reminded of the beautiful lines written by Helen Keller, where she wrote, "When one door of happiness closes, another opens." Such beautiful lines she has written out of her own experience of life. In the same way, we'll read the bio sketch of Evelyn Glennie. God may have taken her hearing. Someone has said about Evelyn Glennie, when God had taken something from her, He has given a lot in place of that. That was really very extraordinary. What we hear, she feels. Why she was an extraordinary person? Because what we hear, she could feel that. Although she was not able to hear the sounds, but she could feel the sounds far more deeply. And this feeling, this understanding of sounds was so profound, was so deep, that than any of us, that any normal human being could not feel the sounds in the similar way as Evelyn Glennie did. That's why she expresses music so beautifully, because she could feel the music. Generally, people can only hear the music, but Evelyn Glennie could feel the music. That's why she was able to express the music so beautifully and became a great musician. Read the following account of a person who fought against a physical disability and made her life a success story. Let's read the success story of Evelyn Glennie. We'll begin with the first paragraph of this lesson. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. As the scene opens, as the lesson opens, we come to know that when Evelyn Glennie was only 17 years old, she was standing at a platform and there was a huge crowd. People were jostling each other. They were pushing each other in the crowd to come out to get their way. Among all these people, in this huge crowd, there was a girl who was standing on the platform. She was waiting for the train to come. And this girl was Evelyn Glennie. Although she was 17 years old, but because she was very thin, she did not seem to be 17 years old girl. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. At this moment when Evelyn Glennie was waiting for the train to come, she was nervous, but at the same time she was very excited also. Why? Because this is for the first time she is going to study, she is going to learn music in a very prestigious institution. What was the name of the institution? Royal Academy of Music in London. And this opportunity to study in such prestigious institution was daunting for her, was scary for her, was a frightening experience for that girl. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Although Evelyn Glennie, when she was about to go to move into the train to reach this Royal Academy of Music, she was quite nervous. But later in life, she had to face bigger challenges than this. She was nervous because she was leaving her hometown. That was more about farms and countryside. And now she's moving towards a fast city where the lifestyle, the way of life is faster than Scotland, where she belonged to. She had to face bigger challenges. Why? Because she was profoundly means completely, because she was completely deaf. I hope children this paragraph is clear. Let's see the next paragraph. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. This was not since her childhood. From the childhood she was not deaf, but this deafness, this hearing impairment came gradually to this child. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. When her mother thinks about the past, when Glennie was a little child, she recalls that once upon a time when her name was announced by the teachers to play the piano, she did not move a bit. Why? Because she did not listen to the teachers. And this time the mother realized that Evelyn Glennie is not able to hear the teachers. That's why she did not move. Says Isabel Glennie. Isabel Glennie is the name of the mother of Evelyn Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. Because this deafness, this hearing impairment was coming to Glennie gradually, very slowly. Slowly, it was coming to her. She was getting deaf. So, for a few years, she was able to hide this from her teachers as well as from her friends. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. By the time she was 11 years old, it was visible in her performance that her marks started deteriorating. That's why this was the suggestion and the request of the headmistress of the school to consult a specialist. The headmistress of the school advised the parents to consult a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. And this hearing impairment came to happened to Glennie because there was a damage of there was a gradual nerve damage. In the brain there was a nerve that was damaged gradually. That's why she was suffering from this problem. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. All the family members, the parents especially, were advised to take Glennie to a school where only deaf people study. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. And when Evelyn recalls the past things, goes into the past, and when she looks at the life when she was facing all these difficulties, she says, suddenly when I became deaf completely, there was a lot of darkness all around because she was not able to understand what to do and how to do, what to achieve and how to follow her passion. I hope, children, this is clear. Now, the third paragraph. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. But Evelyn was a determined girl. She knew how to chase the things, how to chase her dreams. She knew it very well. So she did not give up because she was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest. Pursue means to follow her interest. And the interest was to learn music. One day she noticed that a girl in her school was playing xylophone. That time she was very much fascinated towards this musical instrument and she decided to play this instrument. But most of the teachers knew that she was not able to hear the sounds. That's why they were in a confusion whether she would be able to learn how to play xylophone or not. That's why the teachers discouraged her. But at the same time, a percussionist, Ron Forbes, came into her life and recognized and identified her potential, her quality, her interest in music. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. What did he do for her? He tuned two drums at different notes for the girl and then trained her to feel the music. In place of hear the music, Ron Forbes suggested the girl to feel the music. Now let's move on to the next paragraph. Don't listen through your ears. He would say, try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. It was a suggestion by Ron Forbes. He said to the girl, don't listen through your ears, but instead, listening to the music through your ears, you try to feel it, you try to sense it. And when Evelyn tried to do this, she says suddenly that she started feeling the music in different parts of the body. What does she say? I could feel the higher drum from the waist up. The upper part of the body was able to feel the higher drum, the higher notes produced by the drum. And the lower part of the body was able to feel, was able to sense the lower notes. Forbes repeated the exercise and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. This idea of Ron Forbes was successful because now Evelyn Glennie was able to sense, was able to feel the music in different parts of the body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. And finally, Evelyn Glennie realized that her mind was open to receive the notes, to receive the vibrations. Although she could not hear the sound, but her mind, her body was able to feel, was able to receive the vibrations, and she was quite happy at this realization, at this discovery. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. And now continued her hard work and the determination to pursue her career, to pursue her passion of learning music. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. After that, or then onwards, she started taking more and more interest in music because she was doing it very well. And she toured to United Kingdom. She went to United Kingdom. Actually, she joined a group of musicians and started playing the drums and started playing different musical instruments with them. So she went to United Kingdom also with them. By the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. And by the time she was 16 years old, she finally made up her mind to pursue music as her career. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. Audition is a small performance, a short performance where there are some judges to judge you whether your performance was good enough or not. So she auditioned for this Academy, Royal Academy of Music, and scored highest marks in the history of this academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performances. In the beginning, she worked in the group of musicians, but later she started giving the solo performance also. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. She went to this big institute, she went to this prestigious institute for a 3-year course, and by the end of this course, she had already bagged most of the top awards of that institution. Children, I hope all these paragraphs that we have discussed today, the theme and the things that we have discussed about Evelyn Glennie in today's lecture are clear to all of you. In the next video, in the next lecture, we'll begin with the next paragraph, that is the 5th paragraph. Till then, you revise, you try to revise the difficult words and try to watch the video, try to understand the text, try to revise it again and again to get a clear idea of the theme of the lesson. Thank you.